Hi Aquarius, welcome back to my channel, Karma Thoughts. I am doing your weekly reading for February. I hope you're well. I'm going to take a second just to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Aquarius, so guys, take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that the energies may reverse, so if it is resonating, get in where you fit in. But as always, Aquarius, please don't force yourself into a reading that's just not for you. I do want to say right off the bat, while I was doing my meditation for your reading, I got very strong Capricorn energy for someone. So if you're involved with a Capricorn or someone with high Capricorn in their chart, listen up. All right, so, because I don't usually get that, but I definitely did. All right, so, Spirit, can I have the energy for Aquarius? All right, Aquarius, you're starting out with the Lovers in reverse. We have the World in reverse and the Six of Swords. So you may have recently had a relationship, love relationship or partnership of some sort end. In this particular deck, the Lovers does indicate, you know, a soulmate. So you may have felt this person was a soulmate. There is this energy of feeling like things are not over between you and that person, although I do see a physical ending here. And with the Six of Swords, you're trying to move away from this chaos, move away from something that was just chaotic and difficult, and move towards a more peaceful resolution. Now, in this particular deck, I do see this individual is moving forward in a balanced way, but moving forward individually. So you may feel that, you know, it's not completely over, but right now you have to move forward for your own peace of mind. So let me see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Aquarius energy. All right, so the person in your energy, we have the Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. We have the Ten of Cups, and we have the Death card in reverse. So this person doesn't feel like things are over between the two of you either. This person sees you as being, you know, their emotional happiness, that the two of you could be extremely happy together. And I do feel like they have very fond memories of you, very emotional about you. This person is likely someone who is very attractive. They get a lot of attention. I can see that. They command a lot of attention. They're very charismatic. This is somebody who is very proactive. They go after their own happiness. Now, I do feel like for some of you, you may have had a choice between two, and this person could have been a third party. If that's not your story, just let it go to whoever it is. But regardless, neither of you feel like this is completely over, although I do see an ending. So let me see the energy between Aquarius and this person. I will tell you this person is very attracted to you. And they do want to take action towards you. Show me the energy between Aquarius and this person. The Empress. Yeah, the Empress. Wow. So this was reciprocal. The two of you were like nurturing one another. Aquarius, you may really have this person kind of on a pedestal, so just be aware of that. But there was something that was really growing here between the two of you. There was a lot of emotional happiness. You two were very drawn to one another, and this was just growing, and then it ended. So we'll have to clarify why it ended. Let me see what's affecting this connection. I feel like this was a very physical, a very affectionate connection. Page of Wands in the reverse. Yeah. So you don't feel like this is over. There's no communication. They don't feel like it's over. They see you as emotional happiness. You're both drawn to one another. Let me see the outcome. I do see a lack of communication currently. This looks like it was something new, but it was something that was very, I can see that it was very big. It was big, the Hierophant. Okay, so the Hierophant speaks to commitment. So we're going to have to see. I see you moving forward, but you're moving forward alone. And so I don't know if this person may have been in another connection. We're going to have to clarify. You could be dealing with a Taurus, a Libra. Taurus is very strong. Scorpio's here. Bottom of the deck, we have the Justice card. This is underlying energy, very strong Libra energy here. But what this is indicating is that things are going to balance out. This is the underlying energy. There could be legal implications that are involved in some manner, but it does indicate that things are going to balance out between you and this person. So let's clarify. Spirit, why is the Lovers here for Aquarius? Queen of Swords. And the Three of Coins. Yeah, you may have been, Aquarius, in another connection. You could have been in another foundation. And I do feel like you're wondering if this person in your energy, this could have been some third-party energy, but I feel like you may be wondering, would they talk to you? Are they open to talking to you? I do feel like they are. I do feel like there is a lack of communication currently. But I do feel like this person is deeply attracted to you and sees you as happiness. So, you know, I do feel like you're cooperative with talking things out with them. You're wondering, are they also open to that? Bottom of the deck, it's the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, that indicates that somebody here was in a connection. Why is the World in reverse? Why is the World in reverse? You're a little guarded right now. All right, so here we have the World in the upright, and we have the Ace of Wands. Something that's over, but not over. You don't want it to be over. There's an ending here. You feel like you have to, like things have to be over, but they're not over emotionally. So I see an ending. I also feel like there was a lot of strong sexual energy, but it wasn't just sexual with the Empress here. There was a lot of nurturing in this connection as well. So, but it's this energy of it has to be over, but it's not over. Why is the Six of Swords here? It's almost like you're reluctantly feeling that you have to move forward. I don't know if you're tabling this connection. Page of Pentacles. Page of Wands. You could have new people in your energy, but none of them that you feel the passion that you felt with this person. Page of Wands is what's affecting the connection. So you want to talk to this person, but again, there's a sense here that you're holding back communication. You may reach out and text them. Because I see a conflict, you're conflicted about whether or not you should reach out to them or not. I feel like Aquarius, you may have been in another connection and you weren't expecting to, you know, meet this person. There was a strong attraction here, but you feel that you had to close things down and move forward. Let me look at their energy. Why is the Queen of Wands here for the person in Aquarius energy? Ooh, Ace of Cups. Yeah, they're in love with you. They're feeling powerless about the situation right now. This person is head over heels in love with you. They want a new beginning. They want to resolve any conflicts that's here. So if you're wondering if this person would talk to you, they will. They will. Why is the Ten of Cups here? Nine of Swords reversed, the Moon, and the Ten of Wands. Or, I'm sorry, Ten of Coins. Yeah, so this person feels like the two of you could have it all. That if, you know, things could just, if the two of you could just work this out and come together, that the two of you would have it all. But I feel like they're kind of going through it. There's a sense here of being, you know, a little bit down, possibly depressed. They don't want to stress and worry anymore. I also feel like this person, if you're in another connection, They may not have known it, or this could have been a secret connection. Regardless, they see you as happiness. They're in love with you. They're in love with you. This is somebody who is strongly supported by close friends or family, and they may have been keeping this connection, you know, secret from close friends and family as well, because I feel like, you know, if they're deeply tied to these, you know, either family, it looks like family or close friends, they may not have wanted the disapproval because there's something here that was secretive. Let me see why the Death card is in reverse. I will tell you, Aquarius, this person is head over heels in love with you. Six of Coins and the Hangman. They're waiting for this to come back together. Yeah, they're waiting for it to balance out. So if you're wondering if they would talk to you, the answer is definitely yes. Let me see the energy between Aquarius and this person. Cancer energy here, Pisces energy. Yeah, Two of Cups reversed. It's that same energy of the ending, and the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, this person may feel like you were juggling them with someone else. But this was a very strong, you know, connection between the two of you. You were magnetically drawn to each other, but I feel like, you know, it ended because of an established foundation elsewhere. And you want to reach out. You want to communicate with this person. You're questioning whether they want to talk to you. Let's look at this lack of communication. Why is the Page of Wands in reverse? It's like it got started and it ended just as quickly. Ten of Wands reversed. King of Cups. They're head over heels for you. Very strong Cancer energy. Scorpios, very strong. Could be a Pisces. So water sign energy is really strong here. Yeah, this person wants to tell you that they love you. Yeah, they do. They want to tell you that they love you. They want to tell you that, you know, you are their happiness, that they want a new beginning here. But they're not saying it. They're not saying it. They want to balance this out. Now, in your energy, again, I feel like you ended this to avoid problems elsewhere. It's an energy of, I'm done, but I'm not done. Like emotionally, you're still attached. What is the Hierophant here? Show me the outcome for Aquarius. Show me the outcome for Aquarius. This could be a deep soulmate, which we see with the Lovers and the Two of Cups, or it could be twin flame energy because we have both the Emperor and the Empress out. All right, we have the Sun, and in the reverse, we have the Knight of Wands, and we have the Emperor. So there is something to do with a commitment or another connection possibly, and the outcome of that is unknown. If you are in another commitment, I don't feel like you're happy in that commitment. I feel like there's a lot of unhappiness here because neither of you feel like emotionally this is over, but neither of you know how it's going to turn out. I feel like you go back and forth in your mind, Aquarius, about whether or not you should talk with this person or you should contact them. I do feel like there is going to be some communication here. And I feel like you're going to take charge of this situation. So they could reach out to you with this Knight of Wands, or you could be the one reaching out to them, like via text, most likely, with the Page of Pentacles here. But I do feel like you are going to move out of this energy where you're not talking. You're going to take charge of this situation, and you know that you want to reach out to them. There is this commitment here. So I don't know if you're not providing commitment to them and you're changing your mind about that, or if you're in another commitment. The outcome is unknown. The outcome is unknown, but I do see you taking charge of the situation. Like I said, we have the Emperor and the Empress out, so that's very strong soulmate or twin flame energy. I do feel like this person, at the end of the day, you're indecisive. You're feeling like you have to move forward. I feel like they've been waiting to hear from you, waiting to balance things out. I feel like they will impulsively contact you. And I do feel like that this is an in and out energy. It's an on and off type of energy. So I feel like this person's going to initiate, you know, some form of communication. Neither of you really are happy being apart. So, and neither of you feel like this is over. So bottom of the deck is the Page of Cups. Underlying energy, and this does tell me that somebody's going to reach out either with an apology or, you know, in a gesture of love. It could really literally be either of you, because I feel like neither of you want this to be over, but there's this commitment here that is standing in between both of you. We have Aries energy and Leo energy here as well. So this is a tough situation. All right, I'm going to pull an oracle card for you. I'm pulling from the Chinese fortune deck. We just had our Chinese New Year, so let's see if we have any advice for Aquarius. Advice for Aquarius. All right, so you have number 34, and it's called work. So let's look at that. I don't know. Do you know this person through work, perhaps? It's possible. Give me a second, and I'm going to read that for you. So this particular card it says hard work, extra efforts bring home the bacon. Satisfying pats on the back and positive changes. So you could be pouring yourself into work right now. In general, it says patience is needed regarding current setbacks. You have some hard work to do, but you will achieve something shortly that you never thought was possible. Avoid extravagance, as there will be debts to be paid, and you need to get on top of things. Now, in the relationship sector, it says, be aware affairs around the workplace could get you in trouble. Existing relationships will face struggles around finances, but this will only be temporary. Soft confrontations settle differences. So is this a workplace connection? It sounds like it for some of you. All right, I hope this has been helpful for you, Aquarius. If you have resonated with this reading, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hype the video if you get the opportunity. Until I see you in your next reading, Aquarius, know that you are love, and namaste.